Good morning. Today is Thursday, January 19th, 2023. I didn't post yesterday. I guess the day just kind of got away from me. Started working early and didn't have time to stop in the morning. And then in the evening, I was kind of tired. So coming to you today. And today, I'm excited to share a project that I've been working on with my hands, building with my friend and colleague, Austin Hoover. We're renovating a historic downtown building to be a workshop and studio and shared with a real estate and development office. And as part of the design intention, we wanted the interior to have a sense of kind of openness and tectonics and movement, as opposed to in this part of the world, we would build a typical interior partition wall with wood studs and completely encase the studs from floor to ceiling with sheetrock, and it would just be a solid wall. What we wanted to accomplish with some of the interior work in this project was, again, something more transparency, more tectonics, and more kind of movement and texture. So one way we could accomplish that would be with a standard manufactured aluminum storefront partition system, like you might see on the front of any major retail store. But that's a bit expensive. So what we've elected to do is we designed and we are crafting our own partition system. And it's very cool. So we essentially used the available technology of the wood stud framing with some special details to allow the partitions to go within a couple of feet of the ceiling plane and then stop. So we'll have some glass at the top of the wall that meets the ceiling. And then also where this partition system meets a perpendicular masonry wall or sheetrock wall, it doesn't actually touch the perpendicular wall. So there will be a glass insert that allows this sort of sense of transparency and tectonics between the building's components. I'm going to show some pictures and then you'll get an idea. And then, so whereas the exterior shell of the building is the component masonry blocks, and we're going to paint that. And then some of the interior core spaces, like the bathrooms and mechanical spaces and storage, that's solid sheetrock. And then the enclosed conference room and offices are encased, or the space is defined by this partition system that we designed and that we're fabricating. So I'm going to share a time lapse of a video of me and then a video of my friend and colleague Austin working on putting in some of the components of the system. So basically, everywhere we have glass, we have wood stops. So we have to put in a bead of silicone, then place the glass, then put in another wood stop, then attach the wood stop. And then yesterday, the most rewarding part of the experience so far has been we started to install the walnut veneered plywood panels on this component system. So walnut is just a really exquisite and beautiful grain of wood species. And as many of you may know, it was used a lot in sort of mid-century office environments. And it's been used in sort of an utterly frank, clean, clear, transparent way. Just no fuss, just allowing the beautiful grain of the panels to express, and that's what we're doing here. And not only does it just look, it's starting to look really great, but there's a feeling that I get when an idea that I have participated in conceptualizing, in this case, this partition system with Austin, starts to take physical form, and it gets close to being sort of manifest. I start to feel this. I don't really know how to describe it. I'm gonna have to give some more time to contemplate great words to use to express this feeling, but it's like the thing is starting to be realized. And so yesterday felt really good on a number of levels. There's something that feels great too about me having the opportunity to be the same person, the same creative spirit that conceptualized an idea, and the same physical vessel and body that implemented it in 3D real world. So I really appreciate that idea, and Austin and I are doing more and more of that in our creative collaboration, which is really exciting. Sometimes there can be a level of friction, frustration, unease in the translation between the idea of a piece of architecture or a design and the realization or manifestation of it. And in the environment where I am, the typical way of accomplishing that would be to create a drawing, to give to a contractor, to give to a subcontractor who actually ends up implementing the work. And sometimes, as the designer, you may be unaware of when the work is being done, or you may be physically disconnected from a relationship with that subcontractor to be able to clarify or explain or make sure that the idea is realized as it was intended. So in this case, the hands that are building the thing are the same hands that thought of the idea, and that's really rewarding to me. And it also informs how I will conceptualize things in the future, because every time you think of something and then you build it and have to figure out how it goes together and what the fasteners are, you are inspired to even more evolution and new ideas for spaces and environments and furniture and objects and things. So I appreciate the opportunity to share this little glimpse into a part of my vocational life with you today. Thank you for the opportunity to share that. And I'm maybe inspired to share more of these kinds of things in the daily vlog as it continues. There are, as you could probably discern, some kind of high-level, high-frequency, lofty ideas and intentions behind my aesthetic pursuits. So while generally on this channel, I tend to speak more about kind of spiritual ideas, I don't think that they are absent from this. So it's a way to kind of connect to real world stuff and ground lofty ideas of beauty and aesthetics and all that's all those kinds of dimensions into the real world. So that feels good to me, and I appreciate it. I'll leave it right there for today and look forward to sharing with you again tomorrow. Have a great day. Talk to you then.